Hatches and harnesses are secure.
I'll tighten mine a little bit.
I was going to do them up tight so we could pull some G's, but
I'll pass on that, thank you.
not today.
And not in this plane.
My name's David Crawford. I work for Cirrus Aircraft. We are the distributor for Queensland, New South Wales and New Zealand. I run sales and marketing. Told me if I go all right for the first few circuits, I'll get to do my second solo today. So I'm both feeling anxious and excited.
He is due for a subsequent solo check. The last flight we did, the conditions were not suitable solo. He was also sort of falling behind the aircraft in terms of his management setting up from the base leg to final approach. So we're going to have a look at those elements, making sure that they're at solo standard. And then if his landings are safe, I will be climbing out and setting him solo.
Yeah, the reason why I wanted to become a pilot was I've been working for Cirrus now obviously for a couple of years, and I just find being able to relate to the client is quite difficult in sales if you don't really understand what you're talking about. But since I started, you know, the passion obviously, you get in the air and it become more about me than about Cirrus, but that's okay.
We've finished David's flight. I did send him solo. Initially, the first circuit, we sort of felt what the conditions were doing. We figured out that there was actually a tailwind on 2-3, around 300 feet and upwards.
Now, checking our wind indicator, we do have a bit of a tailwind up here when we're on final. And if you keep your eyes in front of you, you can see it is actually pushing us slightly across.
Yep.
It's not much tailwind, but it's enough to throw you because it's not something you'd be used to.
Yeah, okay.
And then if we have a look at the windsock again, I can see it is starting to pick up.
Yep.
So it looks like we may have a circuit change at some point throughout this flight.
Okay. Morning, Sam.
And then we continued with the lesson from that. We did a couple of circuits with the engine failure procedures in the circuit, making sure that all his landings were safe, as well as his emergency procedures. From there, I climbed out, sent him solo on a couple of circuits, and from what I could tell from the outside of the plane, the landings looked very good as well.
I think your second one out of those looked the best.
The second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. The second one felt nice.
Yeah, it looked nice and smooth, well controlled.
I remembered your advice. I just held it and held it and held it. You notice I landed a lot further down?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not going to let it just drop. I'll just...
And you still only used...
That felt good.
Yeah, you still only used about 200 meters worth of the runway.
Yeah, right.
And today actually felt really good. I felt like all the skills I've been learning really came to the front, and I had to actually concentrate and believe in myself, and it was a really awesome experience.
Feel that, bit more power. More power. Nose up, more power. Nose up, more power. That's better.
Yeah, okay.
So when you feel that thing, correct it with power. Get rid of it now. Don't need it anymore. Keep holding it. A lot of patience. Keep holding it. Keep holding. A lot of patience. That's better.
Oh, that felt good.
Yeah, that was very nice. But on that short funnel was sinking over the trees.
Yeah.
Correct it with the power before it happens.
Yeah.
Generally, I mean, I've sent quite a few people, maybe over 100 people solo. You just can't relax. There's no time to relax. It's still nerve-wracking watching them. I still talk them through everything that they're doing just to myself while I'm on the ground watching them doing it, and they're generally doing it as I'm saying it, which is, in my mind, a sign of good training and they followed and listened to my instruction. But yes, absolutely nerve-wracking every time I send someone solo.
I guess the biggest challenge for me in my flight training so far has been believing that I can keep adding layers of new skills. I guess I haven't learned for a long time, and it's been a very interesting process for me how GoFly teaches in layers. I thought my brain wasn't able to keep up, but every time I learn something new, it teaches me that I can actually learn new things, and that's been a really amazing outcome for me, to realize that I can just learn and learn and learn and just keep adding to my skills. So it's been a pretty profound time for me, actually. I've flown with, I think, 4 different instructors now, and they all add something different to you. Some people said that can be confusing, but for me, it's actually given me a wider base, I think, and I think I'll be a better pilot because of that.
Good. I'm very comfortable with the way you're flying.
Thanks, mate.
Okay,
I'm starting to feel in my groove again now.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's exactly where you want it.
Caboose traffic system 172 Alpha.
In 12 months' time, my goal is minimum have my PPL, and hopefully I'll be close to having my instrument rating. My end goal is that I'll be able to fly Cirrus around as part of our distributors so I can go and do demos. I've kind of looked at my timeline and thought to myself, if I could, within the next 12 months, be close to my instrument rating, that would be the goal that I'm setting for myself.
If you would like to see more aviation videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like to learn to fly, visit goflyaviation.com.au. If you would like to watch some of our online lessons, visit gofly.online.